Okay, let me give you an update what's going on, because there's lots going on. Lots going on. Hockey season started again with lots of restrictions. And just waiting for my buddy Dennis to show up. We're gonna finish his generator today. He's got the rubber mounts made, and I haven't got the frame welded up yet on the Norton. I've just been too busy with other projects. That's why I'm kind of going to do an update video here. Got the wheel in, got the sprocket in. It's 47 tooth, the Norton is 42. Got the rotor for the other side. Need to get a spacer or maker spacer. They do sell them. I just I don't know how thick that spacer is going to be. This is for the Norton here, for the front wheel. I'm going to wait till I get the caliper and then I can figure that out. The rear wheel. Harley, I got stuff going on with that. Turned out pretty nice today. I think it's around 20 degrees Celsius. I got all the bricks torn out here again. Got the cement board on, and gonna parge it either tomorrow or Sunday. I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow. And get this bricks all buttoned up, and then that's done. I mean, completely done that side of the house. And then I'm doing the basement. I've been drywalling the basement and everything, so cutting all the, had to build up the window frames in the basement. Had to put a 2-inch trim out of this plywood, pressure treated plywood along the bottom, so you got a place to nail the trim on. I got that 3/4 done. And back to the Harley here. This thing, they come with a 45 jet. Idle circuit jet, and I put a 50 in by mistake when I put that rebuild kit in, and that was way too rich, so I went to a 48. That was still too rich, and but there's a couple other issues going on here. It started stumbling and cutting out on the front cylinder, so I put it back to the 45 idle circuit jet, which I just did. Took it for a test drive, and after I got it warmed up, took it down to the end of the block and back, so only maybe running for 10 minutes after it warmed up. And the front cylinder's cutting out. And here's the spark plug. Nice and clean. I thought maybe the plug was fouled out. No, that plug's nice and clean. But this has got the original dual coil from the FXR in it, and I believe that coil's breaking down. It's not carburetor, it's not the ignition module, it's brand new. I pulled the wire off here when it's running, and it'll still continue to run in the rear cylinder, so I'm sure it's going to be that coil. I just can't see what else could heat up in 15 minutes and then 10-15 minutes and start cutting out, so that's what it is. It's got to be. If I rev it up, though, it kicks back in. Yeah, if I keep it revved up, it's kicking back in. So yeah, I don't know. I gotta think about that some more. The other thing is too, I put that shifter linkage on here a month or two ago, and you can see it's nice and solid. It's not loose, so that's worked out good. Yeah, if I rev the thing up, it will fire back up on 2. But at idle, it's cutting out onto 1. I still think it's coil. Oh, my choke. The choke knob broke when I had the carb off. The plastic in here, 30 years old, brittle, it just cracked. So I was waiting for a new choke cable to come in. That just came in. I just put that on. Okay. Crickets. Well, we got the generator all back together. Got the new rubber mounts all in. Swap the carbs. The only thing that needs now is the ignition coil. That's what we figure was faulty. And that one's ready to get out of here. That gets my bench cleaned off a little bit. Put those in the house. I got this grinding disc here to go work on my motorcycle trailer to cut off all the welds. I got all the grading off it. It must have been over 200 pounds, 240 pounds or so of metal grading. I'm going to put plywood in and a new piece of angle iron across the back of it. We've got a weld in there. But I got so much going on. I got that to do. And my truck, I got the fender well off my truck. Oh, the light just went out, so it's gonna be hard to see. Yeah, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, that light just came on. I got most of it. I got a hole there I gotta patch up. A little hole up here, but I'll patch that all up. And then fix, you can't see there, but got rust all across the back. This is the worst side. The other side's not too bad at all. I started on that. And I gotta pull a tank off this again because I'm pretty sure that coil's no good. This thing ran beautiful for a month or 2 months, 3,000 kilometers, and all of a sudden it's cutting out onto one cylinder. Crazy, just crazy. You can just keep one bike going. And the Norton, I haven't had it out in a while, but the Norton, I got an oil leak somewhere. I don't like it. And it leaks when it's hot. And when I ride it, that's when it'll leave a puddle like about that big around in about 15 minutes when I park it, and then it won't leak. And you know what I'm thinking it is? That oil tank, when we had it out, it had 2 big cracks in it. We welded it all up. I can't remember if we bronzed it up or welded it all up. You know, we had it checked all over. Couldn't see any more cracks, but I got a feeling that's either re-cracked or there's another crack in it, and I think that oil tank's leaking. I can't see it leaking from anywhere in the cases, and it seems to be coming from behind the cases. It's not that plug I put in there. That's bone dry. I'm gonna have to take it for a drive again and wipe it off really clean, take it for a drive again, and then really try to find out where it's coming from. But I just got a feeling it's coming from that oil tank again. If that's the case, I got to pull that out and well, pull it right out and fix it again or get another tank. Anyways, it'd be nice to take that for a drive. Maybe if it's nice tomorrow. I think we're supposed to get rain tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday, yeah. And then Sunday's supposed to be nice. And I want to get the parging done on Sunday, but I think that'll only take about 2 hours. Work on the basement tomorrow if it rains. And U.S. elections coming up. 3 more weeks. Can't wait. I can't wait. It's exciting news every day. There's something going on. What the hell is that off of? Oh, that's the other one like that there. That bolt there. Yeah, I think there's going to be some big arrests coming up. HRC will be number 1. Okay, that's it for tonight. More security for my security system. He's waiting for Mom to come home. I got the rear wheel bearings and seals for this, and the rear end oil. Everything I need to do the rear end of that. I might tackle that later today if it doesn't rain. I got to get that done. And I may as well finish the update here on all the other bikes. So just to let you know what's going on, because I had a few guys inquiring about the FJ or the XJ 900, and that's ready to go back together. I just got to fix that piece that broke off of the exhaust right here. This little piece broke off. It was rotted when I pulled it apart. So. But it's pretty filthy. It'd be nice to clean that up somehow, but It's pitted a bit. So that's all I need to put that back together. I'm not going to order a battery or anything for it till next year, unless the Suzuki battery fits in there. But that's ready to go. I'm pretty confident that's going to fire up and run nice. This Suzuki here, I fired up last week to pull it into the garage, and it was missing on 2 cylinders. Wasn't if I revved it up, it would run on all 4, and at idle, it would go down to 2 cylinders. And I think when I took the float bowls off and drained them there, they were kind of rusty again. And the tank is sealed. I just resealed the tank. And so I know that's nice and clean. And, you know, the carbs were clean, but I didn't change the fuel lines. And I'm sure there was a sediment of rust inside those fuel lines from sitting for so long. And so when I put the new fuel in it, it flushed that rust into the carbs. So I got to pull those carbs off. I just dread doing it, but I got to pull them off again. And I got 2 pilot jets. I think it's cylinder number 2 and number 4 that aren't firing at idle. So I know that's idle circuit jets again. And the Venture Royale, I fired that up. I just can't believe that bike keeps firing up. The gas in it's 2 years old. And I haven't put no gas in that bike in 2 years. And it just fires up. I just can't believe it. Every time, it's just got a little tiny wee battery in it. It doesn't even have the right size battery in it. And it fires up. Best running bike ever made as far as I'm concerned. And those engines are they're just bulletproof. But I haven't put the carb plungers in that bike yet. You know, I don't know where to start. I got too many things. The FXR, I got the brake hose came in. Now, what was I needing for this one? I needed something. Did I put the hose on? I can't remember what I had to do here. Oh yeah, I got to put the new master cylinder on, and it's got a 12 millimeter. Is that my dog trying to get? Yeah, it's my dog. This is 10 millimeter, and the new one's got a 12, so I made a hose that adapts to both. Put that on, and then I'm going to put new seals in those calipers up there because they're still a little sticky. And then that bike's altogether and done, and I'm going to drive it a little bit, but to me there's way too much vibration, and somebody's had those cases apart, and they got orange RTV silicone around the crankcases in it, and that's not right to start with. And why did they have it apart? And why am I getting so much vibration? I really suspect the crankshaft in that one there. So that's a winter project. But I want to give it a good test drive first to make sure it's just not that front motor mount. I replaced the front motor mount with a, is it Screaming Eagle, I think? I just can't remember all these names. Screaming Eagle, I think. I just put another part in the other day, the same company. Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, it's even with that new motor mount in there, it shouldn't vibrate that much. Like, I mean, your teeth are banging, so there's something out of balance with that engine. That's not right. Oh yeah, the big FLH there. I'm pulling those cylinders off this winter, this fall, and I'm going to put new gaskets in, clean the valves all up in the combustion chamber, and bolt that, because the back one's really starting to weep quite a bit there on the head gasket and the valve cover gasket, so I'm pulling that all apart. But in the meantime, I got to pull the tank off and put that coil in, and I'm going to do that today. I think that's it for updates for right now. Just too much going on. Too many projects. I don't know how I do this to myself. I'm turning more and more like my father. My father was like that. We had the farm. We'd be building 6, 7 different things at the same time. I go, how could you do that? Just do one at a time and finish it. One at a time and finish it. And these beers are much better. Alexander Keith's. I believe they're in Dartmouth, I think, or Halifax. Yeah. Okay, that's it for today. I'm gonna have a beer first, and then I'm gonna change that coil on that Harley.